All right, we're back to start the second half here at James W. Shabel Stadium in Good Hope, the home of the Raiders. We just had the second half kickoff. Good Hope takes over after the kickoff by Cold Springs on offense. They're going to be heading north towards the close end of the stadium. They're leading 27-0, which is not too darn shabby way to start the second half. The tail of the tape in the first half is really very simple. Good Hope's offense, it's a powerhouse. They have been able to dictate the tempo, speed, and pace of this game, both with running and passing. With a little more synchronicity in the passing game, the score can be much worse than it is. Got to run up the middle. Ball's loose. Cold Springs, big turnover. They've taken over right at midfield. But that's been the story of the first half. Mistake-free, outstanding offensive football by the Raiders. The Cold Springs Warrior defense has not been terrible. They've stood the test. Some of these big plays get them, and the scores rack up on the scoreboard. On the other side of the ball, the Cold Springs offense has not been able to generate any consistency on offense. The Good Hope defense is really 10 men in a box and one as a safety. And Cold Springs just can't get past that. This is their first possession in the second half. Let's see what they've drawn up in the second half to remedy that. Low snap, inside handoff to number 2 up the middle. Good Hope they had that diagnosed. Nothing going there.
Number 17, Austin Lively on the carry up the middle for a Cold Spring. Rolled down to number 61, Riley Kilpatrick for the Raiders. Play sells the game.
It's going to be second down.
Second down about 10.
I'm going to say 9, 10 yards to go. Score is 27-0. Raiders leading starting the second half. We had an outstanding halftime performance by both bands. Cold Springs, a smaller band by Good Hope standards, but excellent nonetheless. Their blue and white uniforms are spectacular. And of course, the Good Hope Raider marching band is about as good as it gets in the county. So if you were here or watch it on our feed, really a good halftime show. That moved the chains. Nice run up the middle. That's the first down Cold Springs has had in a while, since well back into the first quarter. That worked. It's now about the 35, 36-yard line of the Raiders. Cold Springs has a little something going here. Cold Springs headed south to the open end of James W. Shabel Stadium. First down, 10 yards to go. Inside handoff number 7, the whole squad. Everybody's going to the right. Good Hope has seen that play before. Nothing doing. That's no game. Second and 10.
Drawn down by number 56, Peyton Hill. And number 14, Will Dickerson for the Raiders. Play settles the game.
A rare appearance by Toby Stover. Welcome to the game, Toby. Vicky Holloway, Zach Chandler, Rodney Rice. Speaking of Toby Stover, it makes me think of EMC Speedway out in Arkadelphia every Saturday. Motor car racing. If you haven't been out there, you got to check it out. It's awesome. Second and 10. Right up the middle. And again, not a lot. The Raiders defense is just not letting any kind of standard running play get through them.
Carry up the middle for Cold Springs. Rolled down by number 59, Dylan McDonald for the Raiders. The play is good for 2 yards. Third down 8 from the 35.
Okay, it's third down and 8. Cold Springs with the ball. Just starting the second quarter, the second half, the third quarter. Lopsided score right now, 27-0. Good Hope Raiders ahead of the Cold Springs Eagles. Cold Springs with a little momentum and a little offensive movement here. Let's see if they can keep it going. It's number 7, fighting for extra yardage. Picked up a little bit. It's going to be fourth down, though. The question here is, will Cold Springs go for it? Fairly deep in Raider territory. We've got our first injury of the game.
For the Raiders, there is an injury on the field.
Can't identify who that is. He's He's moving around a little bit. He doesn't. Okay, we've got one member of the training staff. Here comes a coach. And everybody's going to take a knee. You know, this game has been injury-free for the most part. I think this is the first injury that I've seen, which is great. Many of the games I've covered so far this year have had injury after injury. Our primary sponsor and exclusive sponsor for Coleman Today Sports, allowing me to do these feeds because the satellite broadband is not cheap, is the Jason Neal Liberty National Agency. You might check them out if you have insurance needs of any kind. They specialize in a lot of things, but they certainly focus on high school athletes and students, whether that's football players, could be basketball, baseball, softball, soccer, you name it. You can take care of band members. The young lady, Holly Pond, hurt her ankle in the marching band exhibition we had last weekend. So check out Jason Neal, Liberty National Agency.
The previous play,
you can get
5 yards
insurance for your student.
For the Eagles.
It's surprisingly cheap, and all it takes is one injury, and that little policy will pay for itself. Cold Spring player is okay. He's left the field on his own power, and we're going to resume play here momentarily. Okay, the officials start the clock. 8 minutes and 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Here comes Cold Springs on offense. 4th and 4. Cold Springs coach has made the decision to go for it. Why not? Down 27-0. Might as well. Little roll out to the right, over the middle, slant pattern. Oh, almost picked off by the Good Hope cornerback. Going to turn the ball over on downs. Good Hope will take over.
Play pass to pick up the first down. It will be first down, 10 for the Raiders from the 32.
That's a happy bunch of defenders here on the Good Hope sideline. There's Tap Dillashaw, one of the coaches. He's got to be happy. Okay, the Raiders take over on their own 32. They're headed north to the close end of the stadium. Got a wide receiver way out to the right. Open up a space in the flat. There's number 19. He's got one man to beat. Nifty running by number 28. He almost turned that into another score. That was number 19, sorry. And that's what the Good Hope Raiders playmakers will do. Once they get the ball on the edge, they can wreak havoc with any defense, I think. So they're not deep, they're at least into the Cold Springs territory on the 39 of the Eagles, 1st and 10. Number 9 split to the right. A loaded black backfield. Little misdirection play. Cold Springs was having 0 to do with that. Those lost yards. It's going to be back 2nd and 12 or 13.
Carry up the middle for Good Hope. Ball down to number 60, Brian McAnally, and number 61, Jonathan Campbell for Cold Springs. Play loses 2 yards.
Yeah, it's going to be 2nd and 12.
2nd down 12 from the 42.
Good Hope Raiders definitely on the move, trying to add to their 27-0 commanding lead. Going with a pass play right over the middle. Oh, 19 couldn't just jump out there in front of him and get it. Good defense.
Plays a 3rd down 12 from the 42.
There's your ball boys. Even they're relaxed over here on the Good Hope Raiders sideline. Third and 12. Good Hope Raiders with the ball. Quarterback keep. Now, that's not going to be enough for a first down. He eked out a little bit, but it's going to be 3rd and maybe, 8 or 9.
Number 61, Jonathan Campbell for Cold Springs. Play 4 yards.
Are they going to punt or are they going to go for it?
4th down 8.
4th down and 8 on the Cold Springs 38-yard line. Looks like they're going to go for it. No punting here. Might as well. Their defense has allowed Cold Springs to do very little. So this is a calculated risk. Pass play down the middle to number 9. There's your first down. It's that patented slant pattern. Got a Cold Spring player down. Another injury. It looks like he hurt his hand. He'll get up. He's a stud. He's going to shake it off and stand. No, he's coming out again, number 28. I think the trainers will look at him, and he'll be fine. In comes number 85. What do you bet that the next play call is going to target the new safety back here? It's 1st and 10 at the Cold Springs 24. Good Hope on the move. Inside handoff. Number 44, he's been a workhorse both on the ground and in the passing game. He's like a $20 bill. He's good to have around. Second down, 9 yards. Didn't gain much there. Going down the left side with this pass into the flat to number 44. There he is, turning it upfield. Got him a first down, I think. Out at about the 13, 14-yard line. Another first down. That move to change. Good Hope Raiders are ahead 27-0 with right at 7 minutes gone in the third quarter. They are threatening. They're down at the Cold Springs 11 with a fresh set of downs. Looks like a sweep to the right. Number 44, he doesn't get tired. He just keeps going. We've got a little extracurricular. There's a yellow flag. The line judge didn't like what he saw there. I wonder what the call is going to be. I guess it's going to go against Cold Springs. Holding. No, holding. Holding on the Raiders. That's going to punch them back a little bit. That kind of takes the air out of this drive a little. This game has had a few yellow flags, but for the most part, it's been very cleanly played. Few illegal procedures. There's been no unnecessary roughness or any kind of serious penalties. I think both these teams appear well coached. We're deep enough in the season where I think everyone knows what they're doing, and it's reflected on the field of play here. Slant pattern. Picked off. Number 3. He got one man to beat. Oh. Cold Springs defense, interception out of nowhere, snuffing the Raiders' drive. That's the best play we've seen from the Cold Springs defense all night. Good job by number 3. He refuses to give up. Now check this out. The Good Hope drum major has got the best seat in the house. She's decided, well, I'm just going to stay in my perch and watch the whole second half. The perks of being a drum major at Good Hope. You get the best seat in the house on a pedestal. Love it. Okay, a little confusion. Cold Spring takes a timeout. They're going to start 1st and 10 on their own 41-yard line. They're going to be heading towards the open end of James W. Shabel Stadium. Turning back what appeared to be a scoring drive by the Good Hope Raiders with an interception.
They are running a special chicken finger prize. A chicken finger basket for $5. Once again, a chicken
Let's check out the Good Hope Raider cheerleaders. We haven't done that yet tonight.
Again, Raider fans, also make sure you visit the Good Hope Raiders merch store located at the Homeflex Concession Stand, where you can purchase all your Good Hope memorabilia, as well as tonight's Good Hope Mountain with their mall. And to get tonight's info there, can be purchased at the Homeflex Concession Stand for $1.
I like the uniforms.
A reminder to Good Hope fans that next week,
nice color scheme.
Will be traveling to play at Winfield. Once again, the Good Hope Raiders will be traveling to play at Winfield next Friday night. Game time set.
I don't know who this man is, but he looks like he's seriously important.
First down, 10 yards to go for the Eagles from the 41.
Pass play by Cold Springs into the flat. It was caught. Didn't gain much yardage, maybe 1 or 2. It's going to be second down, 8 or 9 yards.
For number 25 is complete.
I think I mentioned this in the first half of the broadcast. The weather's perfect.
From the 41.5.
I mean, it is not warm. It is not cool. It's just like how it's supposed to be outside. A very slight north breeze. Very nice night for football. Great atmosphere in Good Hope. Another flag. It's starting to get a little sloppy here.
The preliminary indication is false start against the Eagles. The ball off will be second down and 15 on the 36.
For those of you who follow Coleman High School Bearcat football, Anna Franklin has been named the homecoming queen this year. And we resume play, 2nd and 14. Another messy play. Not sure what the quick whistles are about here. Looks like we had a penalty moving the Cold Springs Raiders back 5 yards. I'm not sure what the penalty was. I was talking a moment ago how about clean and well played this game has been, and it was true up until 2 minutes ago. Things have kind of come unhinged in the last series or two. 3rd and 19 for Cold Springs. They need a pass play that works. Almost picked off. Number 9 from Good Hope. Great defensive stop. It'll be 4th and 19. I expect a punt here. They're too deep in their own territory to try to go for it, even though they're behind 27-0. We've got 2 minutes, 48 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Cold Springs will be punting to the Raiders. We've got 1 punt returner back. The Cold Springs punter has been under duress all night, but has managed to get every punt off. Not that one. That snap was in the dirt. He had to go down for it. Got it. Thought about punting. Not a great idea because they were going to block, so he did one of those things he did earlier in the game, which was attempt like an underhanded Rick Barry free throw, but it was a pass play. I think the official is going to let that stand again and call it a incomplete forward pass and let the Raiders take over on downs. They'll be running from about their own 33 inside, in Cold Springs territory from the Cold Springs 33. Check out these helmets. Is that not a good helmet for the Raiders? I like it. Up the middle. He may go all the way. There's your touchdown. Just like that. A run right up the middle of the defense. Went in from well out, 33-0. Pretty deep into the 3rd quarter here. If there was any question about the victory, this might seal it. Point after touchdown, kicking attempt is up. It's good. 34-0 with 2 minutes and 31 seconds left in the third quarter. Good Hope Raiders have a completely commanding blowout lead. They're just so explosive on offense against this Cold Springs team. And Cold Springs does a good job on most plays. It's just these big plays, boom, and there's your score. And so that's how it's going. Since we have a little break in the action here, and I think I've got my battery charged, I'm going to switch from field microphone to my headset. All right. Our first kickoff in the air. That's out of bounds on the 11. Our official's thrown a flag. They're going to be kicking that one again. The score is 34-0. Good Hope Raiders right now winning easily over the Cold Springs Eagles. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Lori McKinney has joined us, obviously a Cold Springs fan. Gene Moore has joined. Sonia Stafford, my buddy. The inimitable Jeremy Simmons is with us. Zachary Chandler. Good group. All right. Cold Springs would like to get something going here on offense. They're starting from their own 36. That was a big block. And a pretty nice little running play. I got him about 5 yards, maybe 6. The Good Hope sideline is stadium still full of people. Nobody's left, even though they're way ahead. And same on the Cold Springs side. Nobody's getting in their car and leaving. I like these fans. They're getting their full money's worth tonight. They're not going to leave at halftime. Nice running play, a little mixed direction over the right tackle. A little burst from the Eagles marching band there. That was nice. It's a battle of the bands here late in the third quarter. 3rd and 1. I can't tell if that was the first down there. It looked like he made it and then got pushed back. We'll find out. Referees will measure this up, I think. Yeah, that's the first down. They're moving the chains. Cold Springs has got a little bit of offensive life here in the second half. They've moved the chains a couple times. Let's see if they can keep it going. Okay, there's the guy with the clipboard again. I think he's following me. He was on the Good Hope, or on the Cold Spring sideline earlier. Good defensive play over there. I don't know about these clipboards. I can't take pictures with a camera, call the game, run the video camera, and do a clipboard stat thing. I'm going to need a second person if I'm ever going to figure out this stat thing. I've got a clipboard, but I can't run it right now.
There is a penalty marker on the play.
Another penalty. The battle of the band continues here in the third quarter. Both marching bands are just lighting it up. They don't know it's 34-0, and I don't think they care. They're just going for it. 2nd and 10, but we're moving Cold Springs back. It looks like 10 yards. Or is that 5? No, it's moving it back 5 yards, so it's going to be 1st and 20. Mistakes are hurting Cold Springs. They've shown a little life here in the second half, able to string together some plays, make a couple of first downs. And then, boom, penalties. Good Hope defense players are egging the fans on. We've got a timeout on the field. I don't think it's a heat timeout. I don't know what it is. It must be a Cold Springs timeout because Cold Springs is headed to the sideline. We've got our injured player here. He led the team out of the tunnel, busted the banner early on. I don't know the young man's name. I'll have to ask him. But they're toting him on around the sidelines like part mascot, part prop, and part star player.
Scores from across Coleman County, playing in the third quarter. Coleman 24, Fayette County 20.
Coleman Bearcats are leading Fayette County 24-20. Addison's leading 16-14 in a close one over Vinemont, who has 14 points. 54-6, Holly Pond Broncos crushing Asbury. Fairview ahead of Priceville, 21-14. Clements is thumping Hanceville, 21-0. Well, Coleman County Schools are doing not bad, not great tonight. It's been a great homecoming night here in Good Hope. There's a lady with a Jack sticker on her shoulder. She looks important. But I would say that homecoming couldn't be going any better for the Good Hope Raider fans. A big shutout win. Beautiful homecoming ceremony to start the game. Great performance by their band at halftime and throughout. And that's going to be the change of position on the field as we're going from the third to the fourth quarter now. Cold Springs is going to be facing a 1st and 21 from their own 35 to start the fourth quarter. They're down 34-0. It's a hole that's going to be almost impossible to come out of as far as a victory. But let's see how they do here. Little run over left tackle. Maybe picked up a yard or two. This man with a clipboard keeps following me. I don't think I'm paranoid, but he keeps following me. So I'm going to move to the Cold Springs side of the field here for the fourth quarter. I like to switch sides each quarter. And hopefully the man with the clipboard will not follow me. 2nd and 21 for the Cold Springs Eagles. They need to look at something going here on offense. Pass play. Down the left side. He's going all the way. Oh, overthrew his intended receiver. He aired that out. There's probably as much frustration as anything. Check out this nice stadium. I know you can't see it because it's dark, but everything you see here is in a bowl. It's got an earthen bowl on the east, north, and on the west. Beautiful place to play football for sure. Third and 19. Starting the fourth quarter. Cold Springs with the ball, down significantly, 0-34. Safe little running play. There goes another yellow flag. Second half is penalty ridden in comparison to the first half, where there was virtually no penalties. That's all it's been yellow flags in this half. I don't know if that's fatigue. I don't know if that's a little bit of apathy with the score or what. Tim Martin has joined us. I think it's a bye week for West Point, so he's looking for a football game to watch. Welcome, Tim. So, after that, it's 1st and 10. Good job by Cold Springs. 10 minutes, 46 seconds in the fourth quarter. Down 34-0, trying to get a little something going here. Pass out to the right flat, was caught. Raiders quarterback was right on top of that. It was going nowhere. Cold Springs, for a small school, has a lot of cheerleaders. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 that I count. There may be more. That's an impressive cheerleading squad for a small school. You got to like that. All right, 2nd and 13. Ball on the Good Hope 42, 43-yard line. Running play by the fullback up the middle. Picked up some yards. They're on the move a little bit here. I like it. Number 3's got a little bit of a cramp. He needs some of that love water that these trainers are doling out here.
Brought down by number 74, Seth Edgeworth.
This is not ESPN, so I don't have $1 million equipment. Zach, if you still can't hear, let me know. I'll go to plan B. 4th and 8. Another penalty. Offsides, Cold Springs. That's going to help the Good Hope Raider cause. 10-4, Zach. Thank you. You were here by the technical director of Coleman today's broadcast from James W. Shabel Stadium. Because if you don't tell me, nobody will. I appreciate it. 4th and 3. Raiders with the ball, headed for the south end zone. I was on the ground, punt up. That'll work. Kept it away from the return man. Well done. 6 minutes and 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Good Hope with a commanding lead, 34-0. Now, Zach, I can't hear what I'm saying except what comes out of my mouth. I don't really hear what happens in your world on the other end, so I need input from folks like you. If it sounds bad, please let me know in the future. I appreciate your help. All right, Cold Spring. And let's see. Colts. Raiders 40. One of the few times tonight they've been in. Minus 4 yards, maybe 5. He was ready for that play. Second down and 15 for the Eagles. Tyler Barrett. Corey Freeman. Third, about 15. This is about the last chance that the Eagles are going to have to produce a little bit of yardage and get a score to keep the shutout off their record. Let's hope they do it. It's 34-0. There's 33 seconds. Clock still ticking. Nobody's calling timeout. It's 3rd and 15. Here come the Eagles. Imagine they'll take 2 plays here, assuming the clock will let them. It's a running play. I think they're content to run out the clock and call it a game. 13, 12, 11. And that's your game. Good Hope Raiders 34, Cold Springs Eagles 0. A lot of excellent sportsmanship happening on both sides of the stadium. Both teams are gathering here in midfield. I imagine we're going to have the traditional address to players from both coaches. Probably get a little prayer here in a minute. This is my second favorite part of the game.
Kids Zone Learning Center, LLC.
Guys, great job.
The Alabama Asphalt Maintenance Company, Alpha Nutrition, the Angler Seafood House, and Dental Arts, Dr. Terry Bartlett.
Okay? Y'all go out there and give it everything you got, okay, guys? Good things will come.
Once again, we offer safe travels home to our friends from Cold Springs. Thank you for your attendance again tonight.
It's not protection.